Everyone, Randy here playing Farming Simulator 19 on Chippewa County. Starting off with a little harvesting here again this episode. I am currently working on barley. Got Courseplay working on the wheat field there yet. There's not a whole lot left on that field. We will finish that this episode here as well. At least hopefully Courseplay will anyway. And then I'm just working on kind of a long, narrow field here that's behind the shop. Kind of a bit of an annoying field. I keep saying I'm not even going to bother planting it, but seems like I always end up doing just, well, in this case, we needed barley, I figured. So that is the reason we planted this field. Got the John Deere S790 here again, 45-foot Nick Don Draper head. Same thing on the other combine there. That's how Courseplay handles that. I just had to fix Courseplay here. Before I started recording, Courseplay was up to its usual shenanigans again. Typical Courseplay. And I'm not sure how long. Shouldn't take us too long to harvest this field here, I don't think. Probably, well, we'll see. We might pick the barley up on it. Probably won't bother planting soybeans in this field here, though. Or pick up the barley. Pick up the straw on this field here. We'll see once here how it goes. I do want to get the baler going on the other field there as well. I might do that here in a minute or two. See once. And then once we're done with this field, I'll probably move on to the canola field here with this combine. And then we'll head down the road with the other combine. Like I said, I'm not sure how far we'll get this episode. But once we're done with the field one behind the farm, then we'll move on down the road. We got two more larger fields that have barley on them as well. And we should be looking really, really good here for barley, I would hope. The only question at this point, everyone, is are we going to have enough corn to last us through summer here for the cows? It's going to be a close one, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe we'll have plenty, but just looking at the numbers, like I said, we're looking a little close, I think, on corn. Oh boy, I just seen that message from Courseplay pop up there. Uh-oh. I did take one full load of barley from the field behind the shop there. The one that's right over yonder there. Took that down to the silos, emptied that out already. And then there was another, I don't know, maybe half a load or so in the grain cart there yet. I think that was everything we got off that field there then, which doesn't really seem like that much. I mean, one truckload plus another half a grain cart load, which is what, probably another half a truckload or so. Like I said, it doesn't seem like that much, but fairly good sized field there. Okay, why did I give Courseplay the larger tractor? Have one, and then I get the smaller tractor. Not that there's anything wrong with the 8370 RT, but Courseplay's driving around with a 9570 RT, which clearly it is not safe with. Also, everyone, hopefully the audio sounds a little bit better here this episode. Did some more work on the audio there. I pulled out my old, well, it's not really actually old. It's actually really new yet. Old USB Creative. It's not really a sound card per se, everyone. It's got more like just inputs on it for inputting audio into the system via USB. I bought it a couple years ago to use for the exact purpose of that with my old computer. And just was never happy with it. The sound from it was just really staticky and noisy. Didn't sound good at all, I didn't think. So never used it. But I broke it back out here again and given it another try here. I thought it sounded pretty good here with the new computer. I didn't notice any issues. Now, of course, now that I'm actually recording the episode here, maybe that'll change. I don't know. It seems like that's what's been happening as of late. I do a sound check, and it's like, yep. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Not noticing any issues there with the audio. And then you folks start saying, hey, audio doesn't sound good. And then I notice it myself. So I'm like, ooh, that's some weird spots in the audio. I'm not sure what's up with that. But not done unloading here yet. That's right. This combine has a, I wouldn't necessarily call it a slow unload, because it does have grain tank extensions on it. But it does take a minute to unload here. Speaking of a minute to unload, by the way, I did end up bumping up the time. The waiting time on the other grain cart there, I think it's up to 2 minutes now, or maybe it's a minute 45. Minute 45 maybe to unload that grain cart, at least with Courseplay anyway. So yeah, anyway, like I was saying, everyone, hopefully the audio sounds a little bit better here. I am currently using that. Hopefully there's no static or excessive noise. Like I said, that was always the problem in the past with it, why I never used it. And at least this time around, everyone, I did not notice any noise at all on it. So no static hiss or anything like that. Hopefully that doesn't change. The only thing I can surmise from the past video or two here, everyone, is something maybe you get a certain tone in the audio or something, you know, resonance with the motor sound maybe. And I don't know, the integrated audio on my computer must just freak out or something. Again, it's not something I hear. It's just something that somehow it's recorded that way. And again, as I've whoa, uh-oh, better put the pipe back in. Yeah, it does have a long pipe, doesn't it? Right. Should have known. This is why you put your pipes in real life, by the way, especially when you're harvesting next to trees and stuff like that. Yeah, otherwise stuff like that can happen in real life. Anyway, as I was about to say there, everyone, too, I've noted this before. Integrated audio on my new motherboard. I used the integrated audio on my old motherboard. I was always pretty happy with it. But yeah, integrated audio on my new motherboard, not so much, everyone, which I find particularly disgusting, if you ask me. I mean, that's just unacceptable, if you ask me. It kind of goes back to the whole mod thing we were kind of discussing in our last episode, everyone. You know, people releasing junk mods that are, simply put, junk. And you get the same thing with a brand new motherboard that has integrated audio on it. And yes, everyone, I know integrated audio, well, you know, they always say it's not near as good as having a dedicated sound card. For the price I paid for this motherboard, everyone, I find that inexcusable. You know, if I'm going to pay this for a motherboard, either one, don't put integrated audio on at all because it's such junk that no one's going to want to use it. Or B, put some integrated audio on it that's good enough you can actually use. Apparently, you know, expensive motherboard, and they just still put cheap, crappy, crummy, no good integrated audio on it. It's actually Realtek audio, integrated audio on it, which was the same on my old motherboard. It had a Realtek integrated audio. Apparently, this integrated audio doesn't have near the features that my old one does. Clearly doesn't work near as good. So yeah, like I said, kind of annoying, but oh well. Not that the sound itself, everyone, is so bad. The sound output. Apparently, it's all the line inputs and recording inputs on it that are just absolute junk. Not sure how else to explain that, everyone, because I've fiddled with it and played with it quite a bit here, changing settings. And again, there's not really a whole lot of settings you can change. Pretty much the volume, and that's about it. And then at least on the microphone side, too, you can change like microphone boost and stuff like that, which, of course, with my setup, I don't need any microphone boost. At least I don't think I do anyway. Or if I do, I can just turn the volume up a little more yet. Thing with microphone boost, I mean, you got to be a little bit careful with that. You know, a little bit might be okay, but you start boosting it up too much, and then you can start adding static and noise and all that good stuff. You kind of want to avoid that if possible. And other than a noise gate on my microphone, everyone, I don't really use any filters per se. Suppose potentially you could run a noise filter, but like I said, I don't necessarily do that. And don't think it's really necessarily, hopefully, at least as long as you have good audio inputs on a computer, shouldn't be necessary. Okay, almost full here again. Course play's been kind of quiet on the other field there. What I'm thinking, what do you think? Go check that. Yeah, I'm thinking we should go check that here. Let's see what's. Oh boy, they're both next to each other. That can't be. Yeah, really? Have they even moved from? Were they in the same spot they were? I don't know, everyone. I'm wondering here, everyone, if they're actually in the same spot they were when I fixed them a moment ago. Okay, Courseplay, why don't you have another go at it here, and I think I'm going to just stay here and observe a moment. Okay, he's lining up somewhat well. Okay, he's unloading. We'll leave him to it. Oh, you know what I should have done? I just pulled the grain cart up underneath mine. Oh, well. Okay, back around the field we'll go. Pull the grain cart up underneath of it here. Oh, maybe while the grain cart's unloading here, we'll go grab the baler here a minute and get the baler going. Oh, can't drive straight here today. Oh, that reminds me, I still need to go fix my dead zone setting on my stream. I'll keep forgetting to do that. Like I said, I always remember as soon as I'm in the game, it's like, oh, crap. Unfortunately, you can't change those settings unless you're out of the game, so, oh well. And part of the reason I haven't changed it either, when I gotta figure out what dead zone it is, too. I don't think, unless Giants changed it, they don't actually specify which dead zone is for, like, the steering. It would be really useful. So you're kind of flying blind with it, so to speak. Where's the baler? Is it, oh, there it is. 8970 completely hides it back here. Well, let's see what's your John Deere 4440. That'll work. Farm 2, nope, that will not be the field course. We're going to be looking at Farm 1, Field 2. Field 2, 13-meter harvest. And apparently it was dark. Yeah, I think it actually was dark last time I was baling, if I remember correctly. Uh-oh, 2 combined courses. Just noticed that. Let's take that back off, put that course on. There we go. And first waypoint here. What we got for bales on this? Wow, 1,152 bales. Whoa. That's a lot of bales there on that one. Okay. 1,152 bales. And other than the canola field here, all the rest of the fields will have bales on them. Again, everyone, that'll provide us with a little bit of income here. Again, not, maybe a whole lot, but the sooner we can pay that loan off, the better, if you ask me. That loan interest does add up every single day. Okay, we're just going to sneak through the ditch here. Not a very deep one. And drive course, and let's see how course plays. It's actually going to try to pick that up there. Oh, wow. Baler actually got it. We'll see how much straw is left on the field here when the baler is done, everyone, because, again, I harvested this field myself and just kind of followed course play there, so some of them might not line up the best, This field's not even going to line up at all because I haven't even bothered creating a course play course. Just don't think it's necessary with a field this small. Anyway, let's see what we got for a few comments to read here a moment. While the comments are loading here, by the way, just a reminder, if you'd like to join us on the RDAllen multiplayer servers, you're welcome to do so. That information, again, down below in the description there. Again, anyone's welcome to join as long as you can play nicely and follow the rules. Okay, and then for comments here, Magnus was saying you should check out JHHG's 8R series. They are great. You can choose triples on the rear. And the year 2016 or 2018, when John Deere is important. Great video as always. Thank you very much for that. And I believe I haven't actually. I have downloaded them, everyone. I just have not added them into my game here yet. I've got the new version of JHHG's tractors there. He has both a US and a EU version of the 8R. I do have them both downloaded. Like I said, I have not put them in my game yet because I have them on the multiplayer server. So that requires me to update them on the multiplayer server here as well, because I only run one mod folder. The whole switching mod folders, everyone gets a little old after a while, so I just run one. So that's why I don't have them yet. I do have the old versions of them, and like Magnus was saying, they do have triples on the rear. I don't know if I've ever used them. I've used them in a series here before. I used them on the multiplayer servers quite a bit. Again, if you'll follow me over on Twitch there, watch the multiplayer episodes, you've seen them quite frequently. That sometimes, everyone, is why I don't maybe use a certain piece of equipment on my single-player series. It's because I've used it quite a bit multiplayer, so I always like to try something new and different. Although, you know, there's some limitations to that. There's only so much different equipment available, right? So, let's see what's here. Jason was saying, don't like the sounds of mods. Don't like the sounds of mods, huh? I'm not sure if he's referring to the fact that he doesn't like the sound on my video, or if he doesn't like the sound of mods. Because who would not like the sound of mods? I mean, mods are like where this game is at, everyone. Without mods, this game would not be what it is. It would still probably be a great game, everyone, but you'd probably play it for a couple of months, if that. And then it'd be, you know, like any one of the other games you play, toss it out onto the next game, right? But with the mods here for this game, it really increases the, what's the word we're looking for here? Playability, playtime on the game. Okay. Oh, grain cart's almost full here as well. Let's see what's here. Nightwolf was saying every time you turn on a piece of equipment, it drowns you out completely, and the equipment sounds funny. It gets very metallically. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure what is causing that. Like I said, completely changed up the audio setup for this video here, so hopefully it sounds better. I'll have to check it out when I'm done recording here as well. Like I said, I did do a sound check, everyone, before and I actually did like a little bit of a longer one too yet. Maybe gave it like a good 5 minutes there. Just to hopefully make sure, tried a couple different things, so everything sounded good on my sound check, everyone. So if this video is still messed up, I don't even know. That's just ridiculous at this point. I mean, not to say the audio is going to be perfect on this one, because it's always kind of hard, you know, the sound check. You go through a whole episode, there's a lot of stuff that can happen in the episode of sound, right? But might have to adjust the levels just a little bit yet. We'll see once here. Let's see, Nightwolf was saying it's funny because the sound on your live streams is usually fine, but the vehicles still have the metallic sounds when they're running. Yeah, that's actually weird. The inputs for the live stream are the same as for recording, other than using different software. For those of you wondering, by the way, for recording my videos, I still use OBS Studio. I use OBS Studio for recording, and then I use Streamlabs OBS for live streaming. Works out pretty good. Now, Twitch actually has their own version of OBS. I forget what it's called here again, everyone, but now Twitch has come out with their own version of it. Haven't tried that one yet. I've heard pretty good things about it, but I have not tried it myself. Let's see what's your Jim was saying. Great video. Thank you very much for that. He was also saying the audio needs to be turned down a little bit, and I guess he didn't say anything about it sounding metallic even. He did say it sounds like maybe you'll have to get a sound card for your computer. Still thinking about that one. I might still do that. We'll see once here. Like I said, the sound from the sound card, the integrated sound card on my motherboard seems to be okay. It's just the inputs that are no good, apparently. And I don't know why that is. Just weird. And, of course, I wonder if you remember when I first built my new computer here just a couple of weeks ago, I had all kinds of problems with drivers with the integrated sound card there, and the software for it, I couldn't get it installed, didn't want to work. It just, yeah, Absolute rubbish garbage. Anyway, and okay, Jim has a little more to add here as far as the modding, which we were kind of discussing there towards the end of last episode, I believe it was. As for mod authors, some of them can't seem to know how to fix their mods, so they just release them anyway. Full errors, hoping someone else with more modding experience than they have will come along and fix the errors for them. Yet the original mod author still wants full credit for the crappy mod. Good case in point is the mod author of the John Deere 7020, 7520 articulated tractors. Not sure what shaders the mod author used for those atrocities. Oh, monstrosities, it says. Monstrosities. Where the dirt texture turns the entire tractor brown over time, except for the front. Those are some very unique looking tractors, by the way, which I think I've gotten rid of those on this series here, by the way, everyone. I am no longer using the 7020, 7520. They obviously don't know what the heck they're doing. Another good example is the mod author of the John Deere 6030 tractor, as I'm sure you're well aware. Oh, yes, well aware on that one, everyone. Which, by the way, if you're following over on Twitch there, by the way, we're pretty much done with the 6030 at this point, everyone. I still need to see if I can figure out what I've done wrong with the lights. They work, but they're not 100% right. So I've got something wrong. I'm not sure what, not sure where. I don't know, I might just leave it because, like I said, it's not really broken per se. It's just not 100% right either. So, yeah, not sure. Oh, tractor was still running yet? Really? Wow. I'm so used to everyone, even though we have manual ignition turned on, you get into a tractor, you always have to turn it on anyway. Because the game's like, oh, manual ignition. Let's shut it off for you anyway. As far as, oh, this is full. This is not going to do any good anyway. Okay, never mind, everyone. Wasn't even paying attention to the fill level here. Okay, we're going to have to get the truck over here. Now, I was thinking I wouldn't actually need a truck for this field. Apparently not. We're going to need a truck for it. Okay. But anyway, as I was about to say there, as far as Jim's comment there goes, you know, some mod authors maybe not having the knowledge to fix the error messages. He does have a potential point there. I'm not going to disagree with it. But at the same time, some of the errors are just so blatantly obvious that it's like, why? Why did they not fix it? Let's take the, I think, was it the 6030? I believe in the shop, everyone, the 6030 does not have a store image. The one that's available anyway. So if you'll look at that one, it doesn't have a store image in the shop. Blatantly in your face obvious. And if you were to go check the error log, everyone, blatantly in your face obvious as to what's wrong. It's not, yeah, I do not comprehend how that could not be fixed, everyone. I get very well how some of the other things could not be fixed, but how that can't be fixed, I don't get it. And then, you know, like I said, the list goes on with errors like that. I just picked that one because it's a relatively easy example that everyone can, probably easily see. Ooh, not quite. Ain't quite. Fill the truck. Close. 790. We better go check that here again. Grain cart. You're just going to park in front of the combine. Ah, my goodness. It's stupid stuff like this on that Courseplay scene. Courseplay did something here. Notice how the combine's at a funny angle. How did that happen? Been doing fishy stuff over here, Courseplay. What, don't even want to know. Don't even want to know. Oh, this field probably would have been done by now if Courseplay would actually, pull its boot out of its you-know-where. Oh, that's the truck. I need the tractor. There we go. Okay, speaking of mods here, I'm going to have to skip a couple comments here because I know there is one comment I want to read. It has to do with mods here as well. Let's see. One's here. Marhoof, I believe it was. For those who think it's okay for others to put out junk mods, try having those who do that kind of shoddy work that go to work at real companies, real life, he's talking there, in real life, and see how long their job lasts in real life. Marhuf's comment continues here, but I just got to insert here and comment and yet say, unfortunately nowadays it seems like some of these people last a little too long at their jobs sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, Marhuf makes a very good point there. You produce crappy mods like that. What are you going to do in real life, huh? You know, unfortunately, when you get to real life, you don't always get a passing grade for, you know, okay, you don't actually do the job. It doesn't give you a passing grade, right? Let's see, downloaded just about. Anyway, continuing on with Marhuf's comment there. Maybe one thing for someone to put out some kind of mod like that, but how about finishing it and testing it before it goes out to public? If you don't like criticism, then I suggest doing the mod correctly and saving yourself from the getting lambasted in the end, or just stop making mods altogether. If you can't finish it, then let it set until you can do it properly, or pass it on to someone who can. You know what? I think Marhuf put it really well there. Really, really well. You know, if you're just going to release some half-baked, half-crap mod that's junk and doesn't work, forget it. We don't want it. Now, you know, if you're working on some mod, it's a half-baked piece of junk and you don't know how to fix it, go ask. And by the way, I'm probably not the person to ask. Go ask someone who knows a little more about it. I'm still learning modding myself here yet, but go ask, go watch some videos. There's lots of videos out there on modding. Careful what you watch, though. Make sure it is for Farming Simulator 19. And even some of the videos that are out there for Farming Simulator 19, everyone, are not correct. Yeah, so just be careful with it. There are some incorrect videos out there. That's kind of probably the way it is with anything, everyone, right? You know, YouTube's, I'm just going to say a free place to post videos on, but I'm not sure you can say that anymore, right? But yeah, pretty much most people can post it, you know, however they want to do it online, even though it's not correct. So like I said, you got the same thing with modding videos for Farming Simulator. Just be careful. I have seen more than a few videos that definitely have very incorrect information on them. Not that it's maybe necessarily going to break your mod, everyone. It's just not correct for Farming Simulator 19. I think that's maybe one issue we have with mods here for Farming Simulator 19. Some of the modders have learned how to do it from previous versions, and they just think they can carry that over into 19 here. And 19 has quite a few differences, apparently, in previous versions, and it doesn't work. And then apparently they're too daft to realize that it doesn't work, and they release it anyway. And then, of course, not to mention Marhuf's comment there about real life as well. Yes. Right. I'm not even sure how to address that one. I mean, that's just, unfortunately, it's all too real of an issue nowadays. I'm sure some of those you watch and can comment on that as well and say the same thing. I don't quite want to say kids, but yeah, well, let's call them kids. Even though they might not necessarily be kids anymore, we'll just call them kids. They, yeah. They go to work, do a crappy job, if they even show up at all. For those who watched Millennial Farmer's video here about being a millennial here, was it a couple of months ago? Particularly funny video in a way, everyone, but at the same time, very, very much not a very funny video, because unfortunately the situation is all too real. Happens way too much. Yeah. And unfortunately, some of these people, all they are is a bunch of whiny good-for-nothings, to put it truthfully. I was going to say bluntly, everyone, but let's just put it truthfully. They're just a bunch of whiny good-for-nothings. Go up to work when they want, do a half crappy, crummy job for the most part. Yeah. And then those of us that do have, or do show up, do try to do a good job, we have to go behind these individuals and fix their expletive. You can draw the same thing with the modding. Everyone's same exact scenario there. You got modders that are releasing junk, and then those of us that know what we're doing. I don't really consider myself one of those, although I do try to fix some, or trying to get into fixing some mods, right, everyone? Yeah, then those of us who kind of maybe know what we're doing, or at least we want to fix them, we come behind them and try to fix the stuff. Yeah, it gets kind of annoying. So anyway, on that note, I've been looking at the time here. We're going to be getting into the canola field here. I guess we'll have to save that for next episode. I'm probably going to still start the combine here. We'll get some harvesting done off screen here, hopefully. I was hoping the wheat field here would be done, but Courseplay is... did I forget to... No, okay, they are moving over there. I thought the combine was full for a minute. I just turned around. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping that field would be done. Yes, not. Courseplay's too busy. Got its thumb up its who knows where, and its boot up the other who knows where. Really, Courseplay. Anyway, everyone, thanks for watching. Comments or questions? Yeah, this should be some good comments here. Get some comments here from this episode on the whole discussion there about mods, and then we get into the whole real-life situation as well. Throw some comments down below about that. And, of course, everyone, thanks for watching, and till next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more, by the way. Oh, let me know how the audio sounds as well, everyone. Hopefully it sounds better. It'd be really helpful, too, if you notice, like, hey, this audio does not sound good. Let me know what time it was in the video as well. Like I said, I'm going to go back and look at this video as well, but who knows, maybe I'll miss it or skip that portion or something. So, yeah, let me know, everyone. Hopefully the audio sounds good. Hopefully the levels, I might have to tweak the levels a little bit. It's always really hard with that one, but let me know, everyone. So, again, thanks for watching, and till next time.